Welcome back to the Bourbon Barrel Aged Honey Project. This is part 2, which means it's been a full 30 days since I filled this redhead oak barrel with Maker's Mark to allow it to season the oak. In part 1, we went through the initial inspiration, prep, and of course the fill. Make sure you guys check out that video. Now that this barrel has had a full month to absorb the bourbon, it's time for the next step. Let's open this up and see how things look after 30 days. It's got a bung hole on the top. Wow, smells amazing. So what I'm actually going to do is do a pour just so you can see what it looks like. Wow, the initial oak, you can smell the oak, vanilla, caramel notes are much stronger than what we did when we put the makers in there initially. But how does it taste? Let's do a before and after. Definitely a lot stronger caramel notes to this. And if you can look or see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, the one that came out of the barrel is slightly darker. Just imagine if you left this go a little bit longer, but that's not the intent of this video, which is more of, seasoning the barrel with bourbon. Definitely, Maker's Mark has, I usually will make, old fashions with these. Wow. Definitely can taste a huge difference in, just the 30 days in this barrel. So amazing. So now I'm transferring the bourbon from what I'm calling barrel number 1, that's been aged already for 30 days, into barrel number 2. We're going to follow the same process that we did for barrel number 1. The reason why I'm doing this is I am going to age the honey that I'm going to put in this barrel for 6 months instead, and this one's going to go for 3 months. I just want to see what the difference is going to taste like. So again, I emptied the bourbon from this barrel into a pitcher, and it's going to take a couple times to do this, but as you can see, it's much darker. I can definitely smell the bourbon, the caramel notes and the oak notes on this. This is going to take a few iterations so I can empty that barrel into this, and I'll do the rest of this off camera. Just a pro tip, when you're at the end of emptying the barrel from the spout, to make sure you get all of the liquid out, I tipped it, poured it from the top bung hole into this vessel. But if you look closely, you can see bits of the charred oak. So as I'm going to pour it in here, I'm going to use a sieve. That way it catches all those fine particles. Like right here, here's, oak bits. So going in this barrel is not that big of a deal, but I want to make sure that, we can get some of that particles out. Just like with barrel number 1, during the aging process, we lost a little bit to what's called angel share. So I'm going to top barrel number 2 off with some Maker's Mark. Just make sure it tops off, because we want to make sure that all surface areas inside the barrel is, touching liquid to evenly distribute the aging process. So one final note that I want to add, I know you're supposed to, like I said in the first video, add water to help wash out and then to help the oak to swell. I didn't have to do that with the redhead oak barrels. The craftsmanship is amazing, so I didn't have to do that, but to each his own. Again, I don't want to add additional water or moisture content to the oak, so I'm kind of skipping that process. But having said that, I had no issues with this leaking by skipping that process. So again, I guess that goes to the build quality of these barrels. Thanks, Steve. And yeah, let's finish filling this up, topping this off, and let's get the honey ready. Before we pour honey into the bourbon barrel, I want to share a quick tip that I do. I have a warming bottling tank. I gently warmed up the honey so that when it comes time to pour in the honey into the barrel, that it pours smoothly without adding extra air bubbles and making a mess. I'm aiming to put in roughly 4.5 gallons into the barrel, and this might take a few trips, but as you see, this fills up pretty fast. There we go. Now that my wildflower honey is warmed and ready to go, it's time to pour it into barrel number 1. This is a start of a 3-month aging cycle. The honey is going to take on the characteristics inside the barrel, so the oak and bourbon. This is, again, not infused. It's just going to, soak up all, everything natural. Just take your time when pouring it in and hopefully not make a mess. Now that I've poured in a little over 4 gallons of my wildflower honey inside the Redhead Oak barrel, one important tip that I want to mention, since I didn't go all the way to the top, is to make sure you rotate the barrel or quarter turn every week or so. This, since honey is thick inside of it, this will allow it to stay in contact with the charred oak inside. And this will also ensure even aging of the honey throughout the 3-month process. Before wrapping up part 2 of this video, I want to give a special thanks and shout out to 2 people. First, Dave from Hansberry Honey for the inspiration and for answering my questions. And Steve from Redhead Oak Barrels for also answering a lot of my questions and for the fine craftsmanship of these amazing barrels. Now for the hard part, the wait. Yes, 3 months is going to seem like a long time. Make sure to check back. And once I do the grand opening or grand reveal, we'll see you soon. If you haven't already done so, please smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.